Are the black people on this show written well? Welcome to my first segment of Can They Write Black People? Where I take the time to dissect media that includes black people and determine whether or not they're written well. Today we are discussing Interview with the Vampire. This adaptation made a bold choice by race bending the two main characters, Louis and Claudia, and it impacted the story so many ways. When we first meet Louis, it is in the 1920s in a Jim Crow America. Though he is black during this time, they are sure to highlight the differences between his blackness and some of his contemporaries because he is a light-skinned member of the bourgeoisie class in New Orleans. And we see the impacts of race the most when Louis is interacting with his white peers like Lestat and also with other businessmen. Now, Lestat tries to pretend that being black no longer matters because he is a vampire, but whenever Louis tries to enact that type of thinking, other members of the black community suffer. And it's his hubris and his acknowledgement of his blackness that causes Claudia to be in a position where she needs to be turned. And we see an evolution of this when they go to Paris in the second season. The first thing that Claudia and Louis acknowledge is that they are no longer in the Jim Crow South. Because even though they are light-skinned members of a higher class, they still experience racism and segregation. But then things start to get weird in Paris. Claudia is doing a minstrel show every night, and the other vampires are sure to remind these two that they are lower class, they don't belong. And it all comes to a head during the trial at the end of the second season. Not only is it performed like an American-style lynching, where justice no longer matters, just them being convicted, but then their white counterpart, Madeline, is offered amnesty. Then after they are convicted and poor Claudia is murdered, they use her remains as cosmetic products, lotion, things like that, and keep her clothing as a trophy. Interview with the Vampire so smartly explores race, and sometimes it's subtle, other times it's overt, but they do so while fleshing out these characters beyond their race, perfectly highlighting our complex relationship with our race and everything else in the world. Masterclass on how to write black characters, especially in fantasy. And for that reason, I'm gonna go ahead and give Interview with the Vampire 5 out of 5 Frankie Kufis. This is black as fuck, and I love it.